Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops. We're talking about San Antonio Spurs, y'all. Is your boy Derrick White finally coming alive? Has he awakened? Is he back? Because these last couple games, he's been looking good, man. He's been looking damn good. And all Spurs fans, especially those D White fans, are hella happy. And I don't blame them one bit, because we need Derrick White for us to win games. You know, as much as Murray has improved, as much as Vassell has improved, we're not going anywhere unless Derrick White plays like Derrick White. So I'm glad to see him showing some life, man. He has awakened, man. He's awakened more than Vegeta did that time.
That's how I became a Super Saiyan. The sleeper has awakened. I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again.
You know what just dawned on me while making this video? It just dawned on me is Derrick White and Vegeta have the same hairline.
Damn!
Alright guys, my bad. All jokes aside, man, the boy is hooping. He's hooping. Hairline and all, he's hooping. He had me going crazy the other night when he dropped 18 in the third quarter, man. He had me looking like Will Smith.
Now that's how you supposed to shoot. From now on, that's how you shoot.
Man, seriously, man, he did his thing. And I hope it's, you know, a sign of good things that's coming. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that bell for more videos. Thank you so much for the continued support. Okay, like I said before, D White has been hooping. You know, he had 17, 8, and 7 the other night. Then he follows it up with 24 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, you know. And that's very impressive that he's getting, you know, his points when he needs them, that he's shooting the ball with confidence. His percentages are still kind of low, but that can go up with time. But I'm encouraged by these last couple of games, not just by the fact that he scored a lot of points, because he's had other games where he scored points. He had other games where he's done well and he's got hot from 3, you know, shooting 4 for 5 from 3 or 4 for 7 or something like that. And that's how he made his points. That last game against the Wizards, he was scoring from all angles on the court, mid-range, to the basket, floaters, 3-point shots, you know, crossing people over, getting into the paint, you know, using some type of offensive prowess, some offensive moves. And I was so happy to see that, you know, although some of the shots were clunking, you know, from a percentage standpoint, like I said before, I'm not worried about that. I'm glad to see the confidence back. I'm glad to see the assertiveness back. I'm glad to see the multifaceted offensive game, because like I said to someone the other day, and I almost got my head chewed off for this, he was looking hella one-dimensional. You know, he was looking like Danny Green out there, you know, just taking threes, spot up shooter, taking threes for the most part. You know, he still had his soft touch with passing the ball in the pick and roll. He still was a defensive powerhouse on the other end, drawing charges, blocking shots. But on offense, man, he was simply a spot up shooter. And it was, you know, I think it was against the Boston Celtics when he had that clutch jumper against Al Horford, you know, crossed him up and then hit that good shot, and he waved everyone off, even Murray, towards the end of the game, so he could get that shot off. Ever since then, I've seen a different Derrick White. I've seen a Derrick White that has been more, you know, assertive and, you know, and more engaged on the offensive end, you know, not as passive. You know, I've said this before in so many videos. Hey man, we only won 4 or 5 games. Let it fly. Let it fly. No one's going to blame you if you end up taking 15, 20 shots a night. No one's going to blame you, because we need the offense. We need someone else other than Murray to consistently score, especially with Vassell being out with the thigh contusion. We definitely need D White, and he has delivered, baby. He has delivered. You know, I do criticize him when he do poorly, so I had to make a video to give him props when he's doing well. But despite all the success he's had in a couple games, the question still comes back. And it's a fair question. It's not a criticizing type thing. It's not a hating type of thing. It's a legitimate question. Can Derrick White keep this up for longer than a stretch? Can he keep this going for the rest of the year? And I'm not necessarily saying, hey, he has to average 24 points and 5 assists and 5 rebounds for the rest of the year. That'd be unfair. But he's currently sitting at like 12 points per game, shooting like, 36% from the field. His 3-point percentage is pretty low. I think it's around 29%. If I remember correctly, correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong about that. But he's definitely underperforming in the categories overall. So can he, up his game for the rest of the year? Stay healthy. Can he, continue this pace? Because really, Derrick White hasn't had a huge year. I'm not gonna say ever, but he hasn't had a huge year that that clearly reinforces his potential, if that makes sense. The last time he played at least 60 games in the season, he averaged 11 points per game. Last year he did average the 15, which I was happy to see. But then when you factor in, hey, he only played 30 games, I'm not sure if that's a really good, precursor or example of what he can bring. And I know he's capable. I think he's capable of scoring, the 18, 19, 20 that Murray's doing now. I think he's very capable of doing that. The question is he going to do that? He has these stretches, these amazing stretches, like, that playoff run against the Nuggets a couple years back, and then, his play in the bubble, then was amazing. But still, those are only like 6, 7, 8 game stretches. Can he show that, those all-star type of bursts for an entire season, for a 30, 35 game stretch? You get what I'm saying? So these are the questions that always really surround Derrick White when I'm looking at the situation. And I try to be as objective as possible. But, the stats, the numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. The points per game don't lie. And they're very telling if you really look at the numbers objectively. Another question that lingers is, what do you do with Devin Vassell? Devin Vassell, before he got hurt, was gunning for D. White's starting position. And I'm not saying he was gunning for it purposely, but I'm just saying his outstanding play, his aggressive nature on the offensive and defensive end, the fact that he was hitting the 3 at 40%, shooting 40% without giving up, defensive assignments like McDermott and Forbes do. He was about to take that spot. So what do you do now that he's playing better? If you're Pop, do you just continue to go with White in the starting position and then just have Vassell probably play at the end of the game, take Lonnie's spot or take McDermott's spot at the end of the game if the game is close? If I know Pop, I think that's what he's going to do. I don't think Derrick White is going to lose his starting position. And even if I was in charge, I wouldn't do that to Derrick White right now, because it finally looks like he's turning the corner. Finally looks like he's getting confident. Finally looks like he's getting some momentum. You don't want to break that with like a bench role just yet. Let's see if he can sustain this, and then I would revisit the Vassell situation. But I will say this, I don't want Vassell to become discouraged either if he's continually outplaying this guy and he's not getting the recognition for it. So I don't know. I'm not in between his ears. Who knows? But it's something to think about, guys. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section if you're excited to see what Derrick White is going to continue to bring to the table. Let me know how you feel about the situation. Let me know how you feel about the video. All comments are welcome. Be sure to check out the other videos on the channel. Check out that superhero playlist, and I will catch you in the comments. Thanks, guys. Peace.